now, now, now. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it? Now that we got love, what are we gonna do with it? What? How y'all doing? Love, one of my favorite topics. Somebody's messaging me. Somebody loves me. Look at love. One of my favorite topics, and it's a topic actually that I'm actually convinced many people. The more I read, actually, people talk about love, the more I realize that people don't know what love is. Unless, hey, forgive me if you say Louis arrogant is things. It's the only one that knows what love is. Forgive me. Forgive me. Chill. Just chill. Love, first of all, is not just an emotion. If love is an emotion, then we're all in trouble. We're in trouble because you can't trust emotion. It's always moving. It doesn't. You can't count on it. Somebody who loves you today, die for you tomorrow. They have a knife to your neck. You can't. No, thank goodness. What love is a constancy. It's a state of being. And to come to that state, that's what they call the agape. The Greeks call it agape, and the Hindus call probably Om or whatever they or Krishna consciousness. I'm not sure. It's a love, good-hearted love. Until one comes to such a state, any emotions that one has, one cannot be trusted. That's where the word passion comes from. Originally, the word actually had to do with those you can trust. It's a little harsh. I wouldn't go that far with that word. But it's like passionate people. I love passionate people. I love because they're very intense. Intense. As long as they're present and their heart is open, the energy transforms into compassion, goes higher. But passion by itself would be quite a little dangerous. You know what I'm talking about. Passion, my goodness, people can kill each other, couples, lovers, because they're blind, they rage, they feel it. That's why I always say, as one it feels so much, you also have to be intelligent. There's something, love is a kind of intelligence, but there's also awareness, intelligence, like in oh, oops, tacky as fuck. What is this now? Doesn't matter. Yeah, y'all gonna forgive me for that. I don't know what that. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? So professional. Sorry. Hope you guys are following what I'm saying though. I need to get my shit together better. Anyway, so what kind of love are you in? Are you in the love of emotion, or are you in the love of oneness, of truth, of joy? Because the love of emotions, I'm not against it. I'm never against any kind of love. Love is beautiful. My goodness, how can one be against any kind of love? Even if it's romantic, which I can consider to me the lowest. I'm not judging it. When I say lowest, I don't mean that it should not be done. No, it's the root. The only thing lower than romantic love is just pure lust. You just want to fuck with, mess somebody up. That's the worst kind of energy. But romantic love means, oh, I want to be. Romantic love basically means two bodies want to come together. That's what romantic love is. Two bodies wanting to come together. Two bodies coming together. That's romantic love. It's a trick of nature. It's like chemicals in the body. It's like, I want to be with you. Just want, it's a good feeling. I'm not judging it. It's beautiful. In fact, only those who have felt romantic love, I'll say it, can ever know true love. Ultimately, you have to know the basis, the root of it. Romantic love is the root of all kinds of love. If you don't know romantic love, how are you going to know the higher? You don't know the lower. So romantic love to me is the basis. If somebody says, I'm one of the ways you may ask somebody, have you ever been in love? If they say no, run. Or at least beware. The romantic love is often how most, if not all humans learn. It's the basis. You love somebody, you're like, oh, this girl, or this man, whatever. Romantic love. But through the frustration of romantic love, which becomes marriage eventually, it's like, oh, I love you, I want to live with you, right? Becomes marriage. But the root of it is romantic love. That's the root of it. And then it transforms, if they're lucky, it transforms into friendship. Like, oh, we can at least stand each other and tell each other stories, read books to each other, say really deep stuff about our psyche, who we've become to each other, an intimate moment with a friend, watch sunset together, right? Another thing you can do with it. friend of yours. Or you can make love, which can take you both on a journey of discovery of each other's tendencies. Like your soul. That's what soulmate is. People think they have to go all over the world to find the role mate. No, if you can make love to your partner, romantic partner if possible, somebody that you're in love with. If there's no love, you can do tantra, but it might be juicier if somebody you're sort of in love with because it creates so much momentum. Okay, make love. That love, that same romantic love that the mystics, like some mystics, not me, like to condemn, becomes the very fuel of awakening. It begins to boil. As it boils, it begins to feed your soul. That energy transforms into spiritual energy. It's the same romantic love that's been so sexual, so romantic before, which is just physical, becomes transformed. That's one of the essence of Tantra. So those who judge emotional people always say no. People who are emotional, people who are very emotional, and Tantra is natural. Because naturally, they're emotional people, they're passionate, very emotional, they feel so much. The feelers, the mystics, the poets, the artists, the romantics, very emotional people. Yes, those kind of people, the four in the Enneagram, so the four. You feel, wow. So the romantic energy, don't judge it in yourself, please, I'm begging you. Honor it. See for what it is. Say, wow, I'm very romantic by nature. Don't be against it. How can you be against something so natural? Why should you? How could you? How could you? No, just see, I'm so romantic. All romantic people are very sexual people. Extremely. The more sexual, the more romantic. What is the essence of romantic? This sexual energy is so strong. You can't wait to be with your, in a sexual embrace. That's romantic. So when people say they're very romantic, I always say, wow, okay, be a tantrist then. Come do tantra. Even if it's just a little bit of emotion. If you're not emotional, tantra is not for you. Very difficult. Because what are you going to be working with? It's emotional feeling, love. That love, that passion, that heat. If you have it, come to my courses. DM me. If people have been judging you, and they've been saying you're too emotional, reach out to me. I will honor you and I will guide you. I will show you methods that you can use. Very special for emotional people, romantic emotional people, especially for people like you. Those techniques take you home quick because you're already there. You have the passion that is boiling in you. That is the people that Poseidon, people who have so deep feelings, the deep feelings. People are like, come on, aren't you supposed to come up your grief already? If you're one of those, reach out to me. oluwaadams9@gmail.com or Oluwa Ozen. Oluwa, that's my name. OZEN. Oluwa Ozen@gmail.com or Oluwa Adams9@gmail. Or you can just reach out to me on Messenger. Oluwa Adams Yoga. This is amazing. This is something that everybody. I've met so many people in the spiritual path, and they either judging their girlfriend or the girlfriend is judging herself, saying, I'm too emotional. I'm supposed to be. I'm like, no. You're supposed to be like you. See, unfortunately, it's not often articulated very often by masters. Very emotional people actually have even more potentiality to awaken faster, quicker, because you're already boiling. You're already there. You can boil to awakening, to ecstasy, to oneness. People that in their mind, oh, it's a strong man. I'm strong. Those can also awaken, but their path is more difficult. They're the yogis. Very difficult. You have to bend, fight. But people who are emotional, they just need to learn to be alert. If they can be alert, or they can learn to open their heart in the midst of their misery, or in the midst of intensity, to keep the heart open and not close it. If they can be guided like that, those kind of people, these are the ones that often have spontaneous awakening. They never did any spiritual practices. Suddenly, everybody is going to their door. And like, that fool, that guy used to be the one that everybody used to make fun of. Or that woman used to be the whore, whatever people used to call her. Now she's like the local awakened witch, enlightened. What happened to her? One night of emotional hell for him or her. Boom. Somehow she was present that night, or he was present. Spontaneous. But those who are headier, those are the ones that their path takes longer because the mind likes to check this. Okay, this is where I'm at now. Let me take a note of it. This is where mathematics, it can slow things down. The mathematical mind. That's why I'm very happy I'm I'm not so mathematical. Otherwise, would have probably taken me longer. Mathematical people, everything has to be graded. Okay, now we experience it. No, so-called crazy people, emotional people. I don't judge it because I'm also very emotional. That's my predominant nature. I'm a mystic. I'm a feeler. Those of us, those are the ones. Spontaneity. A Catholic must have a lot of emotional. Even though it's primarily a headache person, we must have significant feeling too. That sensitivity that you can see in his face and his being. He must have. That spontaneity, that trust. Mathematical mind would have been like, he take me to that point. But that's enough. But he went all the way. At least he went to the serious from the from the way it described his experience. I became a Syrian that night. Okay, forgive me. People be like, Syrian? What do you mean you went to Syria? Let me explain that. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. Okay, now that I've mentioned it, I might as well explain myself. Maybe there should be a different video, by the way, but I'll say a little bit about it right now, since I already said it. See, there are many levels of awakening. People think awakening is some people awaken and their third eye opens. That's awakening too. It's real. Maybe I'm going to make another video actually after this on this topic. Different levels of awakening. But people don't be like, oh, well, now things is that this is most. No, fuck it. I don't even care. I'm just going to make the video anyway. Truth, this has to be spoken. Truth has to be shared. What about the consequence? So anyway, what was I saying? So yes, so awakening. The third eye. Another level of awakening is Syria, whereby some people awaken to the heart. Suddenly they're in love with everything. That's what I call becoming a Pleiadian overnight. That's the Pleiadian experience. Pleiadians always feel love for everything. Those of you that use that kind of language, the fifth dimension is everything is love. It's like everything, they feel like they're swimming in an ocean of love. Lovers. People can awaken on that level. Usually that's the beginning for a lot of people. Because love, oneness, or the oneness state. Suddenly you're in love. The oneness, you feel in love, right? That's lovely. If you've ever had an experience, and if you're especially established in it, congratulations. It's a beautiful state to be in. Doesn't mean it's always going to be very intense, but someone, that's your general feeling. Love. You can also awaken what I call the Syria I was talking about, I told you earlier. But suddenly everything is beautiful. You can almost, everything seems beautiful. There's a beauty to it. The flowers look more radiant. Everything looks beautiful. That's a Syrian. Beauty. Beauty. Wow. He said he saw this shining thing. It must have been a visual. Wow. Everything is so beautiful. Some people have the sound, which that's like red. To have that as the first awakening. But some people, I'm sure it's happened. Like my background, I'm sure. There's a level you have awakened to. But a high level. Very rare, very rare, very rare. Everything becomes sound the way he described it. Sound. That means actuarium, highest individuality. He went there to he must have been born from that level and then went to become the most enlightened master today probably. And it's one of them for sure. Right? So that sound, suddenly you are everything. It's like you may hear it's like sleeping or awake, you might hear that the sound. It might get very loud sometimes. Some people it gets really loud. That's all they can hear. They're like, oh shit, am I going crazy? But sometimes it's just a hum. Either way it's fine. It just means your nature, whatever nature we have. If you're very aggressive, you might be very loud. Very aggressive people might get very loud. But if you have more soft nature, more feminine, it might just be like a reverberation, just almost like a subtle, almost inaudible. But those who are aware, they can sense it around you because you become drowned in it. So that your sound frequency, you become that ohm, so to speak. That's what it means to come home. The sound reverberates through your entire being. So I'll make videos on that, different videos on that. For now, I just wanted to talk about that. Romantic love. If you're a very romantic type, congratulations. When I say romantic, I mean you feel it, feeling based. Whether you're a mother type, in the Enneagram, the feminine ones, the feeling type, the nines, the nines. In a way, people cannot tell about the nines in the Enneagram because they're domesticated, they're working in the kitchen, or they're like just sitting down. But they seem very settled, but inside sometimes they're in emotional turmoil. But somehow they're able to contain it. That's the part of their gift on the planet. And they're kind of grounded, so you may not sense it. It's not as like a nurturing person run and save you, or a poet. Aphrodite, oh my goodness, the feeling. If you're very mystic, the poet, whatever, or yeah, feeling based. People that are more technical minded or philosophical or scientific, those are a different path. Those are what I call the path of meditation, which is it's a little different. People might not understand meditation and being. To be is the feminine by just being. Not moving a finger, just being. That's like coming home state. Just being. Just being. Come home. Meditation is more, you're still in a doing stage. It's not bad. Meditation leads to being. Meditation is more the masculine. It leads to being. Meditation leads more to being. So if techniques are fine meditation, but one day to take to just like being state. The final is always the feminine. So meditation is beautiful. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long, but maybe a couple few more minutes I might speak on this topic. So romantic energy, romantic feeling. Do not be despair. Don't have despair. I got carried away. Nah. Or if you have despair, come too. All are welcome. Reach out, okay? This is very important. To feel is to be home already pretty much. Because you're so close to it. Feeling. Many people take lifetimes to grow. Why? Not because it's so difficult, but because they're not feeling enough to feel. It's like a shortcut. It's like now you're in the very midst of it. So if you're feeling that, know you're closer to home. Oftentimes people like us are made fun of, but the truth is they actually are closer to home. Closer to home. Because the feeling existence is more feminine than masculine. Believe it or not. The dark matter, the blackness, that's feminine. The mother, the source is way more. It's the source. It's more feminine. More. So the more one can be like that, you can align. The head can take lifetimes or minutes. But the moment, of course, for those who know how to feel. May that be the experience. I love you guys. And if you love what I'm talking about, reach out to me, let me know, and I'll make more videos. Okay? Love you so much. Blessings to you. All the best. Take care. Bye.